What is going on, guys? It's Alex coming back at you with another video, and today we're going to be breaking down CBS's brand new 2025 NFL mock draft because I just recorded an hour and a half of another mock that was 7 rounds that corrupted. That's going to be something we'll have to re-review next week, but super excited for this. If you are new, like, comment, and subscribe. Below my face is my board. It should be actually back at the top. You got some spoiler alerts. There you go. But below that are all the great ways to get involved in the community. Easy way to do that. Go to that link tree in the description. It's 2 clicks away from getting everywhere and anything you want. Go use that top link for UnderDog because they've been doing some great deals. You get up to $1,000 free in bonus cash when you sign up. So go check it out. Let's get on into this, though, because my vocal cords are already strained from literally 90 minutes of talking, and I want to go lift. And so do you guys. You guys want to go lift? You guys want to see some games? You want to do anything, but just have to sit here and listen to yapping. That's what the streams are for. But getting on into it, the first overall pick is actually, that's interesting. I did not expect the Patriots to be at the number 1 spot, but they are, and they selected James Pierce Jr. James Pierce is not worth the number 1 overall pick yet, but I do like that he's getting some respect here. CBS does some weird shit, but we love him for it. James Pierce, shout out to him. He's a good edge rusher. I do think New England would be looking for someone with a little bit more size, but if he were there at like pick 15, maybe that's a good pick. Cam Ward goes to the Panthers at 2. There you go. Bryce is gone. I do think Bryce could be on his way out. Cam Ward brings the playmaking that Bryce just hasn't and could end up being worth this pick. Damn! All of a sudden, I started shitting on CBS for being ass. Maybe I got to worry about myself here. They're actually taking my top 2 quarterbacks in the top 3. God damn. Miller Moss goes to the Giants. Yeah, I think that's a great move. Miller Moss is a stud. People don't respect him enough, but I do like what he brings to the table. Pick number 4, Will Johnson goes to the Commanders, best player in the class, and he ends up boosting a team right away that desperately needs it. Nick Scarleton's a stud. What is going on? Why is CBS making some logical selections here? Pick number 5, I do think that technically James Pierce would be a better fit and Nick Scarleton would be a better fit if you flopped him. Pick number 6, you got Beck. Carson Beck going to the Raiders. It's a pick that I've made. I think it's a solid selection. Right now, it's him and Drew Allard kind of tied for my QB3. You got Kelvin Banks at pick number 7. The Broncos will need a left tackle. Are we getting... Hold on, who wrote this? I mean, it's just shocking that we're actually getting a good draft here. Chris Trapasso. Shout out to you, buddy. I mean, so far, so good. Even with Mikael Williams, I think they need some more room to develop, but this makes logical sense. They need edge rushing presence, so I think that's fine. Travis Hunter goes at pick number 9 to the Vikings. They say he's a corner. I do think he'll end up being a wide receiver at the end of the day, though, because money talks, and he's going to go after the money because at the end of the day, it's just what you do. Luther Burden goes at 10 to the Saints. I don't think that's a bad idea. I want to get a more physical receiver, but there are other rounds to be able to do so as well. Pick number 11. T-Mac is going to be the future Mike Evans for the Mike Evans-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think that's a bad pick. It's an instant fit. So, we'll see what happens with Mike Evans after this year, but it would be a good opportunity for him to grow and learn and then pair back up with his other McMillan, it's not, is it his cousin? Did someone let me know if Jalen McMillan and Tetaroa are cousins or brothers? I think they are. So that would be even cooler with that storyline. Ben Morrison goes at 12 to the Colts. Great storyline, stays in Indiana, and it's a great fit. Malachi Starks goes to the Seahawks at 13. I mean, I'm telling you, it's Mike McDonald wants the former Ravens DC. Oh, man. I mean, I totally believe that he's going to want extra safety help. They value safety quite a bit, and he's going to be a stud there. Jackson, oh no, we're doing so well for the first 13. Jackson Dart is the 14th pick for the Steelers. I think quarterback's the right move. I'm just not a huge fan of Jackson Dart. Pick number 15, Deion Walker to the Jaguars. Too many Jaguars defensive interiors have been selected of recent to where I don't really see the value in this. Garrett Nussmeier, the Nuss bust, goes to Cleveland. Too much money tied up in the quarterback room there. So I just don't really see it being a return on investment that's going to be worth it. Just take best player available, suffer a little bit, and then rebound when you can get rid of Watson. Emeka Ibuka is at pick 17 for the Chargers. If he's healthy, that's going to make a lot of sense. He's got a perfect replacement for Palmer. Mason Graham at pick 18. Bears getting defensive interior help's never a bad thing. So, I mean, you could pair him up with Gervin Dexter for the future. I'm perfectly fine with that. At pick 19, you got Danny Stutzman for the Falcons. Don't really see the value in that, but I do see the fit. Does feel very Troy Anderson-esque. Pick number 20, you got Tacario Davis to the Rams. He's a little bit less than perfectly athletic, but I think the Rams also kind of thrive with those type of DBs. I do think Tacario will end up being a safety for the Rams and will end up being a super stud, so I do like the fit. TJ Sanders goes at pick 21. He's very intriguing. I don't really think he's worth a first-round pick, but I do like the idea of going defensive interior. Colson Loveland goes to the Jets at 22. Tight end has just never been appreciated by the Jets, but this would be a great way to flip the narrative on that. Ashton Jeanty goes at pick 23 to the Cowboys. I think that's a great move. Dallas does need a top-tier running back, and Ashton Jeanty's been an absolute stud. Harold Perkins goes at 24 to the Packers. I mean, at this point, going BPA is never a bad idea. I'm not going to be one to pull the trigger on this, but I do like the idea of just saying, hey, we're going to go after someone who we think is absurdly talented and needs more time to find where he is best. Abdul Carter goes at 25 to the Texans. I think they need to go defensive interior more than anything, and there's some good guys left. Abdul Carter is extremely raw. I'm not a big fan of his game. Theo Weiss goes at 26. I am not a fan of Theo Weiss. I don't think he's my 52nd receiver. He might be, but he's just right around there. You double the pick, and then that's his rank in receivers. I'm just not a big fan of him at the NFL level. Pick number 27, Kenneth Grant going on the defensive interior with, who's the Michigan kid that got drafted last year? Chris Jenkins. You got Michigan guys back together. I love that. Pick number 28, you got Tate Ratledge going to the Lions. It's a little bit early for him, but that's a really solid pick for the Lions. It makes a lot of sense. Eagles going Jalen Walker. That's someone who could rise up and be an Eagles guy. Rise up, hashtag, that's for the Falcons, but that's not what I meant. But he could end up rising up boards and being a really good addition for Philly because he can cover. He's also trained as a linebacker. Then you got Jack Sawyer at pick 30. It's a little bit early for Jack, but he's a really solid run defender. I think that's perfectly fine. It's just a bit early, and I'd prefer offensive line. Terrence Ferguson, the Niners will need future at tight end there. I think that's honestly, if Ferguson is as good at the tight end as people say he is, he's a good target for San Fran. Maybe not in the first, but he's still a good target. And then ending this off, you got Arianti Urzuri, left tackle out of Minnesota, who will probably play right guard, in my opinion, for the short run until he's ready to take on that right tackle spot. But he has right tackle experience. So for the Chiefs, honestly, an underrated addition nonetheless, and especially with Trey Smith gone, I think he'd be a really good addition as a guard in the short run. So that's going to be the video. I know it's going to be a little bit of a short one, but, I just wanted to be able to make sure that you guys got some good content after I was about to rip all of my hair out, because speaking for 90 minutes, for me to not be able to use it, I think you guys are as disappointed as I am. So I'm excited to be able to re-record that for you guys probably next week, but I love y'all. See you on the far side. Peace.